Hey beautiful people, thank you so much for tuning back into my channel. And if you're new here, welcome. As you can see from the title, I'm going to be sharing with you guys some tips on how to properly take down your protective style. Whether you have cornrows, whether you have box braids, mini twists, mini braids, it doesn't matter. Whatever protective style you have, I believe these tips are really going to help you. As you can see, I have cornrows in my hair. I had these cornrows in my hair for about 2 weeks. And it's time for me to actually take them down and go ahead and wash my hair. So I said, let me just get on here and give you guys some tips, okay? So without further ado, let's just get started. Tip number 1 is before you take down your braids or your protective style, you want to make sure you're either using some type of water, some oil, maybe even aloe vera. You can use a pre-poo, a pre-shampoo. You can use maybe some conditioner in a water bottle mix, but you want to make sure you're using something that has some kind of natural slip to it. This is really going to help you with taking out your hair. It's going to prevent you from actually tugging on your hair and pulling on your hair and actually snapping your hair. It's going to provide you that slip that you need when it comes to unraveling your braids. Okay, so just make sure you have a small amount. You don't need to use a bunch of the product. Just use a small amount of it to really help moisturize the braids and actually give you that glide through, when you're taking out your braids. It's going to really help you separate your hair easily and make you get through it faster. Okay. Tip number 2 is if you don't want to use the products that I mentioned in tip number 1, you can actually steam your hair. Now, this is not going to work if you have like box braids or crochet braids or something like that in your hair. But if you have cornrows, mini twists, mini braids, this will actually work. You can actually steam your hair if you have a steamer to actually provide that moisture to your hair before you begin to take your hair down. If you don't have a steamer, you could get in the shower, take a nice warm shower, and let the steam just get to your braids. And this will really help to soften up your hair. So when it's time for you to unravel your hair, it will make the process easier, right? This will also reduce the likeliness of your hair actually snapping, okay? Tip number 3 is once you have some of your hair taken out or unraveled, you want to make sure you're clipping your hair away. So use a clip or section your hair off while you're actually taking it out. So as you can see right now in this clip, I just have my hair out as I'm taking them out. But you want to make sure you're actually clipping your hair away or sectioning your hair away to avoid you retangling up your hair. Because as you're taking out the unraveled braid, you don't want that braid hair to interfere in the still braided section of your hair, if that makes any sense. So that's tip number 3. Tip number 4 is once you have taken down your braids, you want to go ahead and give yourself a gentle massage with your fingertips. Massaging your head is going to really help loosen up the dirt that you may have in your hair, any kind of oil, any kind of product buildup, or anything like that. You can actually use a scalp massager too if you don't want to use your fingertips. But just gently giving your head, a nice little massage is going to really help with the washing process. When it's time for you to wash your hair, it's going to really help get all that dirt and gunk and stuff out of your hair, okay? Tip number 5 is once you are completely done with taking out your braids, you want to go ahead and section your hair off. You can go in with a little bit more of the aloe vera, with a little bit more of the oil, but you want to make sure you're detangling your hair very, very well, okay? Don't section your hair off and just jump in the shower and just start washing your hair because your hair will begin to tangle up on itself, okay? And then that will cause a lot of breaking and snagging throughout your washing process. Okay, so just put your hair in sections, 4 sections, and go in with your wide tooth comb, or you can finger detangle if you choose. But you want to make sure you're detangling your hair nice and gently and smoothly, with the oil, with the aloe vera, whatever you have in it, and pull out all that shedded hair. Because if you leave it like that, when you start washing, everything is just going to get all tangled up, and then you're going to have a lot of breakage. And I'm pretty sure you don't want that. Okay, so those are my 5 tips. If you have questions on any one of the tips that I actually gave you, you can leave me a comment down below. Go ahead and let me know exactly what you do during your detangling process. And when you take your hair out, if you use oil, if you use conditioner to help you get your protective style out, what exactly do you use? Leave that down in the comment section. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel, I hope you go ahead and subscribe. I would love to have you. It is free. And also give the video a thumbs up and share it. So, yeah, I'm going to play some music and I'll see you next Saturday. Bye.